Here are psychological loopholes being used to control you. Number 12. The Scarcity Trap. Ever notice how the words limited time only or last chance instantly make your heart race? That's not an accident. It's psychology. Scarcity makes your brain think something is more valuable simply because it might disappear. It's the same wiring that helped our ancestors grab food before winter or snatch resources before rivals. Today, marketers hijack that instinct. A ticking countdown, a half-empty shelf, or only 2 left in stock makes you feel like missing out is a disaster. In reality, most of these products aren't rare at all. The scarcity is manufactured, but your brain doesn't care. It sees about to vanish and flips into panic buy mode. You don't buy because you need it. You buy because you're tricked into believing you won't get another chance. Number 11. Authority bias. Why do people follow instructions from someone in a lab coat, a suit, or a uniform without asking questions? That's authority bias at work. Your brain is wired to trust figures who look like they're in charge. It comes from an old survival instinct. Deferring to the leader of the tribe often kept you alive. Today, that same wiring gets hijacked. A doctor's title can make you accept advice without double-checking. A business suit can make a bad idea sound smart, and a badge can silence your doubts. The scary part? Studies show people will obey authority figures even when it goes against their morals, just because the role looks legitimate. It's not real authority. It's the illusion of authority, and your brain is more obedient to it than you think. Number 10. The illusion of choice. Ever pick between 2 meal combos, 2 phone plans, or 2 political candidates and feel like you made a real choice? Odds are the decision was rigged before you even got there. This is the illusion of choice, giving you options that all funnel back to the same outcome. Your brain relaxes once it feels in control, even if that control is fake. Marketers love it. Small, medium, or large cups when the medium is priced to make the large look like a deal. Politicians do it too, offering different flavors of the same policy. You walk away thinking, I decided, when in reality, the decision was designed for you. The trick is in choice. It's the illusion of it, and your brain falls for it every time. Number 9. Social proof loophole. Why do people laugh harder when others laugh? Clap, because everyone else is clapping, or join in on trends they don't even like. That's the social proof loophole. Your brain is wired to assume that if the crowd is doing something, it must be right. A survival instinct from when sticking with the group kept you alive. But today, that wiring gets hijacked. Fake reviews make bad products look trustworthy. Inflated follower counts trick you into thinking someone has authority. Even experiments show people will knowingly give the wrong answer to a simple question just to match the group. Social proof feels safe, but it's often a shortcut to bypass your own judgment, and it makes you easier to control than you realize. Number 8. Anchoring effect. Ever notice how the first number you hear sticks in your head even when it's totally random? That's the anchoring effect. Your brain latches onto the first piece of information it gets and uses it as a reference point for every decision after. A $200 jacket marked down to $99 feels like a steal. Not because $99 is cheap, but because your brain is anchored to that first $200. Car salesmen, real estate agents, even online shops know this trick and use it to warp your sense of value. The scary part? Anchoring works even when you know it's happening. Once that number is planted, your brain can't help but measure everything against it. You're not judging the price, you're judging the anchor. Number 7. Framing trap. Your choices can be completely flipped just by how information is presented. That's the framing trap. Take this. 90% survival rate sounds comforting, but 10% chance of death feels terrifying, even though both mean the exact same thing. Your brain doesn't process raw facts, it reacts to the frame around them. Politicians, advertisers, and even doctors use this loophole to push decisions without changing the truth, just the angle. The scary part? You think you're making a rational choice, but you're really responding to emotional packaging. Same fact, different spin, and suddenly, your decision isn't yours anymore. Number 6. The illusion of urgency. Ever seen a flashing countdown timer on a website? Only 10 minutes left to buy, and felt your chest tighten? That's the illusion of urgency. Your brain treats ticking clocks as danger signals, pushing you to act before you think. It hijacks your fight or flight response, the same wiring that once told our ancestors, move now or miss the chance to survive. But here, the danger is fake. Most of those timers reset the moment you reload the page. The product isn't running out, your patience is. Marketers know if they can make you feel rushed, you'll choose fast, not smart. And that panic buy? It wasn't really you deciding, it was the timer. Number 5. Confirmation bias trap. Your brain loves being told it's right, and that's exactly what confirmation bias exploits. It's the mental shortcut where you search for, notice, and trust information that supports what you already believe, while ignoring anything that challenges it. The problem is, algorithms, advertisers, and media outlets know this. They feed you a steady diet of content that feels familiar, safe, and validating because it keeps you engaged. Over time, your perspective narrows. You start thinking, everyone agrees with me, when in reality you're just stuck inside a carefully built echo chamber. That makes you easier to persuade, easier to sell to, and easier to control. It doesn't feel like manipulation because it feels like truth, but really it's just a loop your brain can't resist. Number 4. Information overload. Ever read something so full of details that your brain just shuts down? That's information overload, drowning you in facts until you stop questioning. Politicians, marketers, even scammers use this trick. They bury the truth under endless stats, jargon, or fine print, knowing your brain can only process so much before it taps out. Psychologists call this cognitive fatigue. When you're overwhelmed, you stop analyzing and just accept what's in front of you. The scary part is, overload doesn't make you smarter. It makes you more compliant. By the time you're too tired to sort through it all, the decision is already made for you. Flood the mind, freeze the doubt. That's the loophole in action. Number 3. Sunk cost fallacy. Ever keep watching a terrible movie just because you already sat through an hour of it? Or stay in a bad relationship because you put in so much time? That's the sunk cost fallacy. Your brain hates feeling like effort, money, or time was wasted, so it pushes you to keep investing, even when quitting would be smarter. Businesses, casinos, even apps exploit this by making you think you're too far in to walk away. But the truth is, past effort is gone no matter what. Rationally, only future costs and benefits should matter. Yet the sunk cost trap keeps you chained to bad decisions, not because they'll pay off, but because your brain refuses to admit loss. Number 2. Guilt trips. After everything I've done for you. Sound familiar? That's the classic guilt trip, one of the oldest psychological loopholes in the book. Instead of convincing you with logic, it manipulates your emotions, making you feel selfish or ungrateful if you don't comply. Parents, partners, bosses, anyone can use it. Your brain is wired to avoid social rejection, so when someone frames your choice as a betrayal, you feel pressured to give in, even if it goes against your own needs. The danger is, repeated guilt trips teach you to confuse obligation with love or respect. It looks like loyalty, but really it's control disguised as care. Before the last loophole, I want to hear from you. How many of these have you seen in action, and which did I miss? Tap subscribe, and let's get to the final one. Number 1. The illusion of freedom. Ever had someone say, you can leave anytime, and somehow that made you stay? That's the illusion of freedom at work. When you believe you have total control, your brain feels safer, less pressured, and more willing to comply. Psychologists call this a reactance loophole. By removing the feeling of restriction, they make you less likely to resist. Marketers use it with free trials. You can cancel anytime. Manipulators use it in relationships, saying you're free to go, knowing you probably won't. The choice feels open, but the outcome is already tilted. The more freedom you think you have, the easier it is to steer your decision without you noticing.